Yo, it's Ian Lives. Welcome to a new installment of unnecessary remakes. I was gonna do this last month, but there was a lot of stuff in the way. Like Christmas and all that. You know, all that boring stuff. But I also had to go on the search for terrible remakes, or remakes that are kind of unknown, that people might not know about. I started searching. I went on the prowl, right, looking for remakes. And one of my favorite slashers from the 80s is April Fool's Day, which has one of the best twists ever, even though it's kind of obvious. Did you know that they remade it in 2008? Me neither. But they did remake it, of course. It's stuck in the era of 2008. I feel like that's a bit of an understatement to even say that. It's directed by Phil Flores. He didn't really do anything. And also directed by Mitchell Alturi. Also didn't really do much. It's got Scout Taylor Compton in it. So you know that just makes it infinitely better. First hour and 12 minutes, I was like, is this even an actual remake? Because there's like nothing similar to it. It starts off where you're at this like party, right, with these group of characters, and they prank this girl by spiking her drink. And it gives the girl a seizure, and she falls off the railing and dies. She dies to a prank. They do this like 5-minute scene after it too, where it's like a fake news report, and it's so terrible. One of the characters is like a mayor or vice president. I'm not even sure. They try to throw in these jokes that don't work because the movie's so terribly written. It's not a good movie. I'm trying to think of other stuff to say other than that. So then it follows these characters. April Fool's Day the next year. They meet up again. I don't really remember why. Scout Taylor Compton's character is a actress in the movie. Like, she does these like little horror movies. But yeah, they kind of get set up in this like Saw thing where this guy makes them play a game. He puts a thing on a gravestone and tells them that if they don't do what he says, he's gonna kill everyone. And then it shows this clip of this guy drowning. It looks so terrible. He like jumps in to save his dog and then starts drowning in his pool? Huh? I still don't get that scene. You know, nothing really happens too memorable. You know, it's just people driving and talking about, oh, what are we gonna do? And then it shows Scout Taylor Compton's character on a movie set. Why? Don't know. And then the ending happens to kind of speed things up. I'm just gonna... So, if you have not seen the original April Fool's Day, go watch it. It's really good. I'm gonna spoil it because the twist is the same twist. This is when I found out, really, that it is an actual remake. Because the twist is that everything was a prank. Because they were mad at her because she's the one because she was in on the prank and spiked the drink. Didn't they all do it? They all walked in laughing. It doesn't make sense at all. And then Scout Taylor Compton's the one that tells her it's a prank, and she's got this gun that's full of blanks. This is probably like the only good part of the movie, to be completely honest. Because she's like, it's just blanks. And she shoots the girl, kills her. And then this one douchebag character, of course it's a guy, the douchebag, you know, of the movie. He doesn't care. He's not phased. He's like, why'd you do that? Cut later. Right? It shows the group of characters. They're not in jail or anything. Why? Why are they not in jail? It doesn't make sense. They should have been in jail with the prank thing. But they're not. It doesn't make sense. This movie doesn't add up anything. Another news report. During the credits. It's like, Jesus, man. This movie was terrible. It is stuck in its era. There's terrible dialogue. I think that's like my least favorite part of the movie. There's this character that gets drunk in the beginning and he says some stupid ass shit. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was dumb. That's the remake for April Fool's Day. Why is that a thing? Oh, that's why it's in this video. It's unnecessary. Duh. It's unnecessary. Another one that some people might not know, and it's also on Tubi. It's actually a Tubi original. Know what that means. And that is the remake to Terror Train. Terror Train is an 80s slasher that I'm not even huge on, but it stars Jamie Lee Curtis. Some people I think know about it. Um, the whole plot, kinda, to sum it up, is this girl is in on this prank at this campus, and she plays it on this guy where he makes out with like a corpse. I still don't fully understand like how she didn't know he was gonna do that. I mean, wasn't she in on the prank anyway? And he freaks out, he gets scarred by it. It takes place, I think, a couple months or a year after that. I really don't know. One of the main differences of this remake and the original is that the original is known as like a New Year's horror movie because it takes place on New Year's Eve. Which makes it's cool, it's unique because there's not a lot of New Year's horror movies, so it gives it that little factor to it. This one takes place on Halloween, so they just make everything generic where it's just a costume party, so they're all dressed up as lizards and shit. There was a lizard in the original, but I'm just saying. Instead of like the nerdy mask that the main killer wore in the original, it's a clown. Because, you know, it wasn't generic enough. They had to make the killer a clown. It's the same concept. It's the same movie. I mean, they're on the train. The acting is beyond horrible. Like, it kind of feels satire, but I don't think it is. I think they're dead serious. But it feels like a satire movie. It reminded me kind of the Slumber Party Massacre remake. Acting-wise, it's kind of the same acting as that. But yeah, they go on the train. There's a magician. Again, another thing I never understood. What does the magician have to do with the story at all? Like, oh, it's a hot magician who has a knife and makes it disappear. They did that in the original, and I didn't get it then, and I don't get it now. The kills are just terrible. There's CGI blood. One thing I have to talk about. Probably the only enjoyment I got out of this was they put in the stock music. There's no score. They put in like stock music that's used in like truck commercials. And they throw it in. And it's way too loud. Like, it's way too loud. And it's stock music that's recognizable. I recognize these tracks from like commercials. And it's terrible. It's too loud, you can't hear anyone that's talking. More than half the time. It's so stupid. The twist. They do kind of the same twist as the original. Again, spoilers, if you've not seen Terror Train, it's alright. You can go watch it. I think the original is also on Tubi. So go check it out, because I'm about to spoil the ending. The ending was that the killer is the kid that she pranked. Kind of obvious. But in this one, they bait it. They're like, oh yeah, it's the kid that she pranked, because he's just on the train in a bunny suit. Why is he in a bunny suit? What is happening? Like, that's exactly how I feel. And, because toward the beginning, there was a scene where the main character saw a bunny staring at her, and then she mentioned it to her boyfriend, and he turned around and the bunny was gone. And then later on, the kid that she pranked walks up with no suit on and is like, you remember me? You remember me? And then he gets shot by the conductor people. And the main character goes through her phone and notices pictures of the bunny all night. And was like, well, he was dressed as the bunny all night. Okay? Wait, that means that he's not the killer? Like, I was so confused. And then they just cut to the main conductor, the older lady. And she's all crazy because she thought that the prank that they did on the kid was mean. Is she the killer or not? Like, I guess she's the killer? And then it ends. And guess what, guys? You'll never believe what Tubi did. Because, you know, this was just a huge hit. Everybody knows that they remade Terror Train. So, you know, they just had to make a Terror Train 2. I'm not watching it. Okay, I refuse to watch it. There's not even a sequel to the original. What are you going to add on? The main character's just going to go back onto a train after all this traumatic shit happened to her? No. Well, I hope you guys liked the video. Please like the video because this was like terrible. These movies were both terrible. There's no good qualities to either of them. I'm giving the April Fool's Day remake a 1 out of 5, and I'm giving the Terror Train remake a 1 out of 5. They're both terrible movies that I will never watch again. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this installment of unnecessary remakes. And yeah, follow my Instagram at ianlives_. Follow my Letterboxd at wehateian. Make sure to check out my podcast, because it should be out by the time this video is published. I released a podcast called Ian Dies. I'm very proud of it, and I'm excited to record more. So check out my podcast, and also subscribe to the channel and hit that bell, and then hit all, so you're notified for everything I do. And again, please like the video. Show support. Please show support. And I will see you guys next time.